Hello everyone, welcome back to my channel, and we're going to be playing chapter 9 in Seiya's Route, which is the last chapter before his endings. And I wish that I could have recorded this a long time ago because Seiya is my absolute favorite, and I don't like the fact that I had to wait, that it's been 5 days since I've actually read this. Just a lot of stuff happened throughout the week. So sorry it's been 5 days in between this chapter and the last, because there's a lot of stuff that's going to be happening in this chapter. So just a recap for myself mostly. But Minami is targeting her family, her mom specifically, to trade her soul for Misa, and because he's been after Misa for a while and he wants to have her soul essentially. And Seiya is going to exorcise her, I think. Misa needs to enter her dream at the exact same time to help Seiya exorcise her, is what I think. So, and she's going to get water, holy water, from the Khalifa tree in order to help it with this process. I actually forgot what the holy water was going to be used for, because like I said, it's been 5 days and I can't go up. So, because I played Keep a Parasite last. So yeah, that's the recap essentially. And Seiya is absolutely smitten with her. He's completely in love with her. They went on a date in the last episode, which was really cute. But yeah, so I took basically 2 days off in the middle of the week. It was the end of a event in Love a Deep Space, and I procrastinated extremely bad. So I was trying to finish the event before it was gone completely, and I didn't actually finish because I went to bed really early those days because I was exhausted, so didn't get them completed, which is fine, I guess. I have all the cards that I wanted from it, I just couldn't finish reading the actual story. Oh, and in case it sounds weird, I am on my old PC right now because my new PC decided that the CPU fan didn't want to work anymore, and now I have to ship it in, and I won't get that back for 5 to 10 days. So at least I have the other PC, and I didn't wipe it, so that's good. I almost wiped it completely, and I'm glad I didn't because I would have to re-download OBS and Premiere Pro and Photoshop, and at that point, it's like, it's just waiting for my old computer to come back. So I got that. It's done. All I did was swap towers. I have 2 desks as well, but everything was already set up on the big desk because I have a big monitor, and so I just brought the tower over here, and now we're good. I still have my old version of OBS as well, so that could also affect how I sound. I don't know how different it is, so if it's bad, I apologize. It's so all it's different is the mic that I got for Christmas. But yeah, so okay, enough chit chat, I guess. Let's go and finish this route. To create our holy water substitute, I joined Seiya to gather the Khalifa petals. Seiya gestured towards the tree, using the power of his spirit to get the petals to fall, and I gathered them one by one into a large basket. If we fill this basket, we'll have quite a lot. What do we do next?
花びらから液を抽出し、精製するのでまだまだかかります。疲れたら言ってくださいね。
I'm okay. It's for my mom after all, so I want to do it. We need to finish before tonight, which means we need to hurry. As I gathered the petals, I thought about how this might be my last day in hell. With no day or night, it was hard to tell the passing of time, but I figured that was about how much time I had left, which means I'll have to say goodbye to him tomorrow. Stole a glance at Seiya. Maybe during these last fleeting moments with him, I can speak truthfully with him. Seiya? I did pull up my choices. I didn't have anything pulled up. Chapter 9. I'm really glad I met you. It's not a save, so we're going to say I don't want to part. We'll likely have to part soon, and I'm going to miss you. I spoke softly, and Seiya lowered his hand from the tree before offering me a tender smile.
住む世界は違えど、思い合うことはできます。私は あなたが帰った後もあなたを思い恋焦がれるのでしょう。永遠に。
Forever.
あなたの場合、私への思いはいずれ風化し、他の誰かと添い遂げるのかもしれません。ですが、私は違う。粘着質なのですよ、私は。
Indeed, that seemed to be the case for him, and I hope to do the same. And maybe after death we might meet again, then these feelings could truly last forever. Is that too much to hope for? They once more reached towards the tree, eliciting a cascade of Khalifa flowers. And I continued my task, gathering the petals and placing them in the basket.
あなたは強く成長されていっていると思います。そして同時に私も自身の心に変化を感じているのです。
Hold that thought, Seiya. I think we're to where we could go back up. If not, I will definitely come back and see what he had to say. I'm glad to have met you. You might be upset at me for saying this, but with that as my introduction, I shared with him my true thoughts. I'm glad that God gave me this challenge. It allowed me to meet you, Seiya. After lowering his hand from the tree, Seiya turned his gaze toward me.
まさか、あなたも同じだとは思いませんでした。
Then you agree? Seiya nodded with a wry smile and let out a deep sigh.
愛しい人の不幸を喜ぶ私は身勝手で、自身でも呆れています。しかし、どうにもならない。許してください、ミサさん。この歪んだ愛情は制御できないのです。
There's nothing to forgive. I feel the same way, so we're in the same boat. They looked back at me surprised. I know, but when are you going to actually say I love you?
あなたも私に対して異常なまでに歪んで深い愛情を持っていると。
Twisted, all-consuming. Why do I feel like he always takes my expressions of love and cranks them up to 11? Well, I don't know if I'd go that far.
テレ屋さんですね。そんなあなたも好きですよ。
How does he say that kind of stuff like it's nothing? Then once more reached towards the tree, eliciting a cascade of Khalifa flowers. I continued my task, gathering the petals and placing them in the basket.
あなたは強く成長されていっていると思います。そして同時に私も自身の心に変化を感じているのです。
A change in his heart. Is it about the two sins you mentioned?
ええ。この地獄に落ち、HO の職員として働き、日々仕事をこなしても、私の中にある罪の意識が変わることはありませんでした。ですが、あなたと出会ってからというもの、この心にあった暗闇に光が差し込んだのです。
I felt that he was thanking me for this and it made me happy. I don't mean to be presumptuous, but I think that our meeting has helped us both. It's really incredible what a god can do. They then gently shook his head.
神は私まで救おうとはしていないと思います。ですから、心の変化はあなたのおかげなのですよ。
Hearing him say those words made my heart leap. All I did was pray for your sins to be forgiven. Yes, that time I kissed his neck. Seiya, you did this yourself.
つつましいのはあなたの美点ではありますが、それ以上は言わないでください。私はあなたに救われている。それでいいではありませんか。
It was clear there was nothing more to be said. All right. It just makes me happy to know that I've been able to support you, Seiya. After exchanging smiles, we returned to the task at hand. And the basket Misa held was brimming with Khalifa petals.
そのくらいでいいでしょう。一度休憩しましょうか。
Okay. So we should be able to refine these petals into holy water that could save my mom. She spoke cheerfully, yet I could tell how concerned she still was. Not to mention that she had hesitated to talk about her future career with me. After facing Minami and overcoming that ordeal, I could tell her heart had grown much stronger. I had assumed this was the god's plan, but was this truly what he intended? Her getting stronger would no doubt help her face her issues back home, but was this truly a solution? I wanted to help her find a true solution. I wanted her to return home and be happy. I wanted a beautiful future for her. If only I could help solve all that troubles her.
Misa-san.
Responding to my call, she looked up at me, a faint smile on her lips.
カゴをお持ちしましょう。
Thank you. It feels wrong to push her. I'll wait for her to open up to me. Though we shared a deep affection for each other, the reality of our situation had not changed, nor could it ever change. Misa has her life back in the mortal realm. Perhaps that's for the best anyway. At least for her sake. I'm really curious how this chapter is going to progress. It's like they know that they have feelings for each other, but they haven't really expressed to them. They haven't accepted them yet. That's a good term for it. In Koyo's, after she kissed him, they accepted that they had feelings for each other. And they were working, I mean, it helped that they were both alive, but they were working to be together. Obviously, they think they can't be together here, which is the same in all of them. But even in the last roots, it's like she doesn't want to be separated. Like she was striving to not be separated, and she was kind of forced to go back by all of them. After we finished gathering the Khalifa petals, we took a seat on a nearby bench to rest. Now we just need to refine them and we're done. My thoughts drifted to the list of the deceased I saw in Seiya's room. Once my mom's name and my name were off of it, I could truly return home. I have to defeat Minami. But what if... Even if we manage to exorcise him this time, what about the next time? I can't see Minami giving up just after one setback. While pondering this, Seiya's hand gently found mine.
不安なのでしょ?
Seiya can read me like a book. I grasped his hand tightly, seeking comfort from it. Even if we exorcise Minami now, I'm afraid he might come back and try the same thing again.
忘れているようですね。写し世へ帰れさえすれば、南はあなたに手出しできないと。
God's blessing. Also.
あなたには、あなたを溺愛する神がついているのですよ。抱える問題に立ち向かえるよう神隠しを起こし、あなたを強い心へと成長させたい。そこまでする神ですから、あなたから簡単に離れるとは思えません。
Right, that makes sense. Minami mentioned that before. In the real world, that god was by my side, so Minami couldn't get near. He revealed his demonic nature to me because he wanted to get my soul before I could return to the mortal realm. With this realization, Minami's actions started to make sense.
不安は解消されましたか?
Yes, thank you. Seiya nodded contently before shifting his gaze away again.
あれも腹の中のものに必死に抗って邪悪さが増している。
There's something said of Minami. Before I could ask, Seiya tightened his grip on my hand.
他にも不安があるのなら、今のうちにすべて私に吐き出しなさい。あなたも知っての通り、悪魔に立ち向かうには強い心が必須なのですから。
The lingering questions I had from this world faded and a new worry surfaced. About my career path survey, the thing that had caused me to be spirited away in the first place. Perhaps I should ask Seiya. Then I remembered.
あなたも心を寄せる相手がいるのなら、その方に自身のことを話してみなさい。
Yay, let's Seiya in.
願わくば、あなたが話す相手は私であるよ。そう願ってしまうのを許してくださいね。
Someone close to my heart. Seiya, I have something to ask. I met his gaze feeling a mix of anxiety and urgency. Would you mind listening? It's about the issue I've been struggling with, my future. Seiya's expression softened, almost as if he was relieved.
ずっとそう言ってくださるのを待っていました。
His warm gaze enveloped me, and he held my hand tightly in his. I knew that telling him about this burden might trouble him. It sounded petty. But that was why his kind response nearly brought tears to my eyes. Thank you. Struggling to hold back my emotions, I took a deep breath. I guess I should start with my father. Is it story time for Misa? I gazed up at the sky, revisiting memories of my father from when I was little. My father was a doctor, but when I was 6, he passed away. He was always busy with his work, so I don't have many memories with him, but he always found time for me. I loved my dad, I really did. My mom did too, maybe even more than I did. After he passed away, my mother would always talk about him to me. Here we go, story time. Become someone admirable like your father. As a doctor, my father was a man of many achievements. He never gave up on his patients, he did everything he could to save them. You should be a doctor like your father. Back then I always just assumed I'd become a doctor too, but then... I studied like my mother told me to. I aimed to get into Seiyan University Medical School, but at some point I began to question it. Why do I want to be a doctor? Because it's what my mom wants. That was the only reason that came to mind. I couldn't seem to find my own desire in it. What do I want to become? I'm hesitant to pursue the path that my mom laid out for me, but I don't know what I want. But I can't stay like this. I need to pursue the path that's truly mine. That's what I believed, but I couldn't tell my mother how I truly felt. And so I just kept running. I shifted my gaze from the sky back to Seiya, who was listening intently. I do want to become someone admirable like my father, but I'm scared of how my mom would react if she knew what I was thinking. I paused and looked towards the ground. As the long silence lingered, I couldn't bring myself to look up at him.
これは私の考えですが。
Seiya's gentle voice made me slowly raise my eyes. I watched his lips, anticipating his next words.
あなたのお母様はお父様を忘れられていないのではと思います。大切なものがなくなる悲しみはそう簡単に拭えるものではありません。月日がいくら流れようともね。
His voice carried a trace of knowing emotion, as if he was drawing from his own past. I sensed that too. I know she still loves my father, and as their daughter, that makes me happy, but...
ですが、生きているものがあまり個人に思い馳せすぎるのはいけない。言っている意味はわかりますね。
You think she's projecting my father onto me?
真実はわかりませんが、私はそう感じました。
Mom raised me alone. She probably felt compelled to raise me to become as remarkable as her late husband. That was what she thought. Seiya's words about my mother, about her not letting go of my dad. A cold, sad feeling spread through my chest. Then, what should I do? As my heart sank into darkness, a gentle touch brushed my head. Looking up, I found Seiya comfortingly stroking my head.
あなたもお母様も そろそろ前を向く時なのです。あなたは己の希望する未来へ、お母様はお父様を見送れるように、そんな新しい風を吹かせられるのはあなたしかいないと私は思います。
Me? Seiya nodded with a reassuring smile, but my heart still felt uncertain. I don't feel very confident about that.
それなら自信をつけなさい。お父様のような立派な人間になるのでしょ。
Then find it.
あなたは私を救った人。立派で素敵な人なのですから、愛するお母様を救えないはずがない。
It seemed he was able to say this because he truly trusted me, and because he'd always been there for me, I was able to believe him. His words gave me a newfound confidence in myself.
お母様の目を覚まさせ、前を向かせられますね。
Yes.
いい返事で結構。今のあなたなら、写し世へ帰った後、全く違った景色を見ることができるでしょう。
Seiya's smile beamed with genuine happiness. I'm so thankful I can talk to you, Seiya, to have someone close to my heart. Oh. Seiya's smile softened and he slightly blushed. I knew the time had come to tell him all the things I'd been holding back. I love you, Seiya. Our time together was coming to an end, but I couldn't bear to keep these feelings to myself anymore. You're the first person I've ever loved like this. Perhaps I'll never meet someone that loves me as much as he does, and that's okay. I resolved to keep Seiya forever in my heart.
あなたから恋情を感じてはいましたが、今ほど愛されていると思った瞬間はない。
Seiya's finger gently lifted my chin.
それでも、きっと私の方があなたを愛している。
You sounded so passionate. Is he going to kiss her? Please. Seiya's face inched closer and I closed my eyes, preparing for his embrace. Oh my goodness. Tongue first. Our lips met, but this time the chill from before was absent. Perhaps it was our mutual love that brought that warmth. From Seiya, usually so composed, came a kiss so laced with passion I fell deep into a world void of anything but his love. For a first kiss, that would make me extremely uncomfortable. My mind reeled. I want to soak up every part of this moment. I wanted to match his affection, and I poured my own feelings for him into the kiss. I pushed aside all other feelings, all fears, all hopes, dreams. I gave him only my love. Oh my goodness. As our lips parted, I was left wanting more. Oh, really?
これを最後のキスにはしたくありません。
He whispered that just gave me goosebumps.
ですからミサさん、私はあなたが亡くなるのを待っています。
Coming from anyone else, Seiya's words would have been chilling, but from him, then please wait for me. I replied brightly, trying to keep the mood light.
その顔は私だけにしてください。
Don't look at anyone else. It's going to be tough not to smile around others.
笑顔は笑顔でも、今のは特別に可愛らしかったですから。
Keep your cute smiles to me. Really? I blushed, flattered by his words.
そうして頬をあからめるのも私だけに。よろしいですか？
Here comes all of his possessive thoughts. They gently stroked my cheek. It tickled, yet there was something strangely comforting about it. All right, I understand.
キスだけで終わらせるのは辛い。なんです？愛おしい女性と肌を重ねたいと思うのは当然でしょ？
I was speechless, overwhelmed by his boldness. Well, you could just kiss her again.
再会した暁にはあなたをたっぷり愛しますので心の準備をしてから生涯を終えてくださいね。
I was momentarily frozen seeing Seiya say this with a mischievous smile on his face. I know, I'm thinking back on his inner thoughts, his inner fantasies. Beware, Seiya's coming for you. Oh man, but still, I didn't want to say it in the middle of this because I don't like ruining those types of moments with my commentary, but a French kiss as the first kiss, I couldn't. It would make me so uncomfortable. Like, I'm not a French kissing person, and so I think it was like a year. It was like a year after I met my husband before I was even willing to use my tongue in anything. In a room filled with unusual instruments, we extracted the liquid from the Khalifa petals. Then, after completing the purification process, we made our way to Seiya's private room. Is it really okay for me to use your private room to sleep in?
ええ、エレベーターの場所を考えればその方がいいでしょう。それに HO ならば南が入ってくる可能性は低いと考えています。
Wait, you think he might try to come here? But my mother's name was in the book, so she's in the real world, so why would Minami come here?
リストは予測するだけで確かな情報ではないと言ったでしょ。
Yes, but...
南の気が変わり、あなたをさらおうとするかもしれない。あれに捕まれば、あなたは生き地獄を味わわされてしまう。
His voice trailed off and he stopped. Then he reached into his coat to pull something out. That's the gun, the one you used on Reika.
これをあなたに渡しておきます。南が侵入してきたら、ためらわずに撃ちなさい。
Erase his soul. But you said it's unlikely he tried to abduct me here.
それでもです。お願いですから、受け取ってください。あなたに何かあったらと思うと、不安で仕方ない。
Aw. It wasn't translated exactly, but he was like begging her, please. Despite my hesitation to take the gun from him, I didn't want to worry Seiya any further. Got it. I took the gun from Seiya, feeling the tension in my chest rise. Despite its small size, it was surprisingly heavy, its cold metal pressing into my hand. Memories of Reika's disappearing flooded back, filling me with apprehension. Can I really shoot Minami if I have to? The thought of potentially taking a life, even the life of a demon, was daunting. Even if Minami does show up, I hope it doesn't come to using this. Uh-oh. Lost in fears about the confrontation with him, my head started spinning. Seiya quickly steadied me. My head hurts.
ここの空気に触れすぎたか。
His words were dripping with urgency. I'd felt sleepy from being exposed to the air here, but this time was the first time my head hurt. I'm fine, I'll bear it until we save my mom.
ご立派です。しかし、今は私に甘えなさい。
With those words, Seiya gently lifted me into his arms. Thank you. I rested my head on his shoulder, snuggling close. Doing this felt like it eased my mind, bringing me some peace.
私こそ感謝したいくらいです。こうして甘えてくれて、ね。
I know, take all the time you could get. It's only because it's you, Seiya. You're the only one I let pamper me like this. I felt a soft touch on my forehead and soon realized he was kissing me. I think that kiss cured my headache.
愛情をたっぷり込めたのですから、和らぐのも当然でしょ。
Oh, it's so cute. He simply adores her. Ah, that makes sense. While enjoying this gentle conversation, Seiya carried me in his arms to his private quarters. Oh, really? I know, it's not like that, but still. After being laid down on the sofa, I went over things one last time with Seiya. Based on the time of death that was listed, we could predict when my mother would likely go to sleep. Seiya promised to stay by my side until the last possible moment. Then, if he sensed Minami near my mother, he would contact me.
連絡を受けたらすぐ眠りについてください。
Immediately. Understood. I think I'll be able to fall asleep right away. Since I had gotten the headache before, I had felt very tired. Oh wait, I haven't received any spiritual power from you yet. Oh yeah, I forgot about
おや
that.
感じませんでしたか？口づけに乗せて霊力を与えていたのを。
Oh, did you now? Huh? You mean you were only kissing me to give me spiritual power? Don't do that. Like, don't. I thought it was just a natural kiss. I had no idea he was also giving me spiritual power. I was a little, actually, quite shocked.
私の愛情の前では霊力すら霞んでしまったようですね。
Okay, well, at least you didn't take it as he wasn't kissing you because he wanted to, kind of thing. That's so annoying. I thought it was just a kiss.
おやどうして怒っているのです？
He snuck it in you. You didn't tell me.
甘い雰囲気を壊しては台無しですから。互いに恋情を抱きながらキスを交わしたかったのです。
Well, I guess that makes sense. Well, in that case, I guess it's okay. Dan kneeled down, reaching his hand towards me. His thumb brushed against my lips, making my heart jump.
一度目は仕事で、二度目は力を与えて、三度目は付加価値のないキスを楽しみたいものです。
Oh, is there going to be a third?
ただただ純粋に愛するあなたとのキスを。
His words so full of longing made my heart twinge. If only... Just as I was about to speak, Seiya's finger pulled back.
お楽しみはすべてが終わってからにとっておきましょう。
Dang it. It's going to be in the endings. Well, I guess that makes sense because I would want a new CG for that as well. So I'm fine waiting. Yes, that sounds good.
ああ、そうだ。言い忘れていましたが、お母様の夢に入ったら、とにかく話しかけなさい。悪魔の声よりも、あなたの声に耳を傾けさせるのです。
Right, I'll speak from the bottom of my heart and overpower Minami. I must ensure my mother isn't deceived by Minami's lies.
あなたとお母様の間にある絆を信じなさい。そして、あなた自身も南に惑わされないよう心を強く持ちなさい。
I nodded firmly at Seiya's words. Seiya, thank you again for all your support. Seiya smiled and gently stroked my head.
あなたには悲劇でしょうから大変申し訳ないのですが、このような機会に恵まれ、私は幸運です。
There's no need for you to feel sorry, Seiya. Besides, I think I know what you mean.
この上なく嬉しい言葉ですね。ありがとうございます。
The struggle isn't mine alone. It's important for Seiya too. We're both facing down our demons, literally.
離れていても思いは一つ。あなたとのつながりを感じていられれば、私はどんなことがあっても強くあれます。
I felt the same way. As we both nodded in agreement, Seiya's phone alarm sounded. It's time. I was like, what is that noise?
悪魔払いが終わったら、緊急措置を使ってすぐにここへ帰ってきます。
Okay, but is it okay to use those emergency measures for personal reasons?
お母様から南を払った後、この地獄であれが直接あなたを襲う可能性を考慮しているのです。
I grasped his hand. I'll be praying for your redemption, Seiya. With these words, I kissed his hand. Then Seiya held my hand and gently brought it to his lips as well.
抱えるものすべてが消え、あなたに輝かしい未来が訪れますように。
They're such a cute couple. He kissed my hand softly, then let go. I stepped away from the elevator and Seiya laid his hand on the crystal.
それでは、また後で。行ってまいります。
Yes, take care. I simply adore, kisses on the back of the hands. It's so formal, in my opinion, and endearing. It's like a knight kissing a princess. Seiya vanished, and a profound silence fell over the room. My mother will likely go to sleep within an hour. But that was just an estimate. I had no idea when I would actually get the call. I moved to the sofa and laid down instantly. I'm so nervous. Clutching the smartphone with both hands, I tried to steady my racing heart. I tried to let these thoughts in my head quiet down. After about 30 minutes had passed, Seiya departed for the mortal realm. Oh? A sudden knock at the door jolted me upright. Who could that be? I know, right? I secured the door well to keep Minami out, and it would be impossible for anyone else to get in without unlocking it.
Misa-san, いらっしゃいますか? Seiyaさんの部下です。
Don't do that. Minami might be threatening him. Relieved to hear the voice was a staff member, I approached the door. Seiya isn't here right now, so please come back later.
いえ、あなたに用事があるというか、護衛を任されたんです。Seiyaさんから聞いていませんか?
I think you're lying. A guard? No, he didn't mention anything like that. I'll open the door now. Seiya would definitely tell you if he appointed a guard. I unlocked one of the door's multiple locks, but paused before unlocking the next. Why would he go to the trouble of locking the place if Seiya was planning on sending a guard? I know, right? The thought it could be Minami flashed in my mind, sending fear streaking through me. But that voice doesn't sound anything like Minami's.
Misa-san, どうしたんですか? あ、もしかして倒れていたり。すぐに開けてください!
With that voice of concern, the door handle began to rattle. What should I do? This is the save file, so... Don't open the door. Don't do it. Alright. I'm pretty sure it's don't open the door, but let's just double check. Yeah, don't open the door. Don't you do it. I'm gonna die. Wait, how did this person know my name? Since arriving in hell, only Seiya and Minami have called me by my name. And with Seiya gone, a chill ran down my spine. Paralyzed with fear, I couldn't speak. I had unlocked one lock, but many more remained. Quietly, my hand slipped into my pocket and I silently drew out the gun.
どうしたんですか? 何か言ってください! どうしよう。Seiyaさんに連絡を取らなきゃ。
I hesitated for a moment at those words, but I could send a message to Seiya myself. I waited without moving, and the voice eventually faded away. Are they gone? Cautiously, I pressed my ear to the door. I can't hear anything, only silence.
Misa, 聞いてるんでしょ?
Oh, that sort of chilled down my spine. Because it's right in my ear. Oh my goodness. Don't do that. Despite the door being between us, a voice seemed to whisper directly into my ear.
あと10秒待ってあげる。それを過ぎたら
He's speaking in Yang's voice too.
お前の大切なものを奪いに行くよ。
Maybe that's why, because it's Yang's voice. Oh, wait.
10、9、8、7
The countdown began, and a shroud of panic clouded my mind. What do I do? If I don't open the door, my mother... Seiya's image flashed before me.
3、2、1
The It's coming. I won't open it. I won't let you take anything precious. I won't lose to you. I firmly spoke the words, and I heard a cruel chuckle emerge from within my mind.
それじゃあ奪ってくるね。手始めにお前の母親を。
After his words, his footsteps receded, but his words continued to linger in my heart. After Minami left, more time passed. Unsettled by what just happened, I lay down on the sofa and prepared myself for sleep. Uh-oh. Then the call I had been waiting for arrived. I quickly tapped the screen and brought the phone to my ear.
お待たせしました。もう間もなくでお母様は眠りにつくかと思われます。南の気配も感じ取れていますので、あなたは眠る準備をしてください。
True to his word, Minami is going after my mother. Earlier Minami came here. I then proceeded to tell Seiya what happened.
あなたが無事で何よりです。いい判断でしたね。
Despite Seiya's kind words, my heart was still tense. At the end, he said he would start with my mother.
ああ、ただのハったりですよ。あなたの不安を煽っているだけです。あれも必死なのでしょうが。あなたには私がついているというのを忘れているようですね。目に物見せてやりましょう。
Seiya spoke with such confidence that I found myself momentarily taken aback. That's right, I shouldn't let Minami's threats get to me. Right, I'll do my best.
調子が戻ったようで何よりですが、今しがたお母様がベッドに入られました。眠る準備はよろしいですか？
Yes, I'm ready.
ええ、おやすみなさい。
I love the Japanese word for good night. It just sounds so beautiful to me. After the call, I promptly shut my eyes. In my mind, I pictured my mother. Mom, hold on, I'll be there shortly. Even though I was aware I was asleep, is this my mother's dream? The scene looked very much like the one Minami crafted for me before, yet there was a subtle warmth, a comforting sense of reassurance. I did it, I really made it. Then in the next moment, the scene shifted abruptly, morphing into our living room. Why did the scenery change? Scanning the living room, I spotted a familiar figure near their dining table.
Misa, どこに行っちゃったの?
Sitting in the chair, head bowed, I saw the figure of my mother.
お願いだから、無事でいて。
Mom. I rushed over to her and knelt by her side. Mom, it's all right. I'm right here.
ミサ、どこに行っていたの？心配したんだから。
Just as I was about to apologize.
これはお前の願いでしかない。
Minami's voice echoed through the room, yet he was nowhere to be seen.
願い？
ああ、これはただの夢。お前の願望からできてるだけ。
No, it's not. Mom, please listen to me.
実際、お前の娘は今とても危ない目に遭っている。あと数日もしないうちに死ぬだろう。
あなた、誰なの？でたらめを言わないでちょうだい。ミサはここにいるのよ。
To my surprise, my mother remained calm, and her rebuttal brought a wave of relief.
惑わされてるね。目が覚めたら絶望するだろうな。ただの夢だった。
夢？
My mother looked at me anxiously. This isn't good. I clasped her hand, holding it firmly. Your daughter's right here. You feel me, right? I'm Misa.
そうよね。
She seemed a bit dazed, but it looked as though she was calming down. Yet Minami's voice persisted.
どうして娘が姿を消したと思う？
He's going to tell her the truth, isn't he? What is he trying to imply?
お前が娘を縛り付けたからだ。嫌がっているというのに理想の将来を押し付けた。
My mother's hand shook intensely.
それが嫌になって逃げ出したんだ。母親のお前からな。それが原因で娘は今危険な状況にある。
It's not true.
私があの子を。
ああ、そうだ。このまま娘が死んでしまったら、それはお前のせいになる。お前が娘を殺したんだ。
How can you say that? Frustration exploded within me and I rose to my feet. My mother let go of my hand and placed her hands over her ears.
いや、やめて。
Mom, don't be afraid. What this voice is saying, they're just lies.
そうだわ。これは夢なのよ。この声も嘘。あなたも嘘なのだわ。
Huh?
逃げるのか？現実から。さすが親子だ。逃げる癖は同じらしい。
Stop it. Stop trying to confuse her. I knew it was futile. Minami's voice was echoing directly into my brain. Yet I too placed my hands over my mom's ears and embraced her.
お前の夫はどうして死んだ？病気が発覚するのが遅かったからだろう。お前が気遣っていれば助かっただろうな。
Just shut up. Stop talking. Go away. Leave this dream.
嘘。違う。私のせいじゃない。私のせいだわ。
No. Mom, don't listen to him. That voice, it's demonic.
私のせいだったんだわ。あの人もミサも私が殺したのよ。
Mom, listen to me. Get a hold of yourself. In the demon's lies, my mom's grasp on reality began to falter.
俺ならお前の娘をお前の元へ返してやれる。
It's a lie. Or maybe...
本当に？
It doesn't mean he'll return me alive. If this kept up, my mother would make a deal with Minami.
さあ、どうする？ミサ。
Suddenly addressing me, I paused for a moment, taken aback. Me?
お前が代わりに契約すれば母親は助かる。お前がここへ母親の夢に入ることは想定していた。あの聖夜がそばにいるんだからね。
I couldn't see Minami, yet I could almost feel his sneer on my skin. My choice could save my mother's soul. She's not thinking clearly. If Minami offered her a contract now, realizing my words would not reach her, I fear she would accept his offer. Then, just as I began to be filled with doubt...
神よ、この者を救いたまえ。
It gave me a chill too. A soft prayer like a burst of light piercing through the dark haze echoed in my head.
神よ、この者を守りたまえ。
Seiya.
あいつの力に俺は屈しない。諦めて俺と契約。
Aw, Yang's voice is gone.
父と子と精霊の皆においてお前に命ずる。南。
No voice acting? Take it. I sensed Minami drawing a sharp breath. Touching my trembling mother tightly, I watched the events unfold before me.
即刻この人間からこの場所から出ていけ。
Oh my goodness. My skin tingled and the scene around us flickered momentarily.
私は神に選ばれし者。 私はお前を払う神の使い。南、私の声を聞け。
The space twisted, and within the living room setting, a dark vortex began to form.
汚れた魂よ、今すぐ立ち去れ。これは神の命令だ。地獄の淵へ即刻立ち去れ。
Nami's anguished echoes could be heard throughout the room. Suddenly the scene exploded with light, and with it the darkness was gone. Seiya's prayers drove Minami away. I relaxed my hold and took a step back from my mother. I gazed into her eyes as I did so. It's my turn now. Hearing Seiya's voice perform the exorcism was... I've never watched a scary movie before, but I got chills hearing that. Well, I shouldn't say a scary movie. I haven't watched things like The Exorcist before, but I really enjoyed that. Mom, listen to me. That was a demon. You mustn't listen to him. Everything he said was a lie. Mom's gaze was hollow, as if she was looking through me, seeing nothing at all.
ミサさん、お母様に問いかけなさい。あなたの気持ちを。私は先に戻っています。あなたが目覚めるのを待っていますね。
Thank you, Seiya. I silently expressed my gratitude in my thoughts and then firmly held my mother's shoulders. Mom, please concentrate. I'll be coming home soon. Is that really the expression you want to greet me with? Oh. My mom's eyes flickered. Finally, she seemed to see me again. I was relieved to see that. I quickly began speaking to her again. The truth is, I might not be able to follow the path you've outlined for me. I want to live my life my own way, just like Dad did. I don't remember Dad well, but from your stories, it sounds like he was a remarkable person. He dedicated himself to his patients, and that's why, despite his exhaustion, he always seemed content. In the memories I had of my dad, he was always smiling. I never saw him get angry, I never saw him be upset. I want to be like that too. I want to have my own dreams, to live my own life, not just be a lesser version of him. My mom's eyes began to waver and fill with tears.
そうだったわ。あの人はそういう人だった。
Tears steadily fell down her cheeks. As I wiped them away, she grasped my hand tightly.
私はあの人がなせなかった夢をあなたに託してしまっていた。もっと多くの人を助けたかったというあの人の夢をあなたに代わりに叶えてほしかった。
Her tears conveyed just how heavy the burden on her heart had been all these years.
ごめんなさい、ミサ。本当にごめんなさい。私が間違っていたわ。
The mistake wasn't hers alone. It was my failure to understand my own path, my lack of motivation. That's how things got so complicated. I was wrong too. Let's start over.
ありがとう。
I'll be home soon, I promise, so please get lots of food ready. I'm starving. In an attempt to lighten the mood, I said this last bit with a smile, and at last my mom smiled back.
わかった。ご飯を作って待っているから必ず帰ってきてね。
We smiled through our tears. We embraced each other tightly. After that, my mom entered her own dream, and I watched on until she was settled. Then I returned to my own dream, falling into a deep sleep. Feeling a gentle hand stroking my head, I opened my eyes. At first, everything was blurry. But then Seiya's face came into clear view. Seiya.
お母様と話はできましたか？
Yes, thanks to you. We had a really good conversation together. Seiya gave me a happy smile before kissing my forehead. I don't know that I've ever felt this happy waking up before.
それにしても安心しました。丸一日ほど眠ったままだったので、目覚めないかと不安でいたのですよ。
Nearly a day? Oh my goodness. A whole day? I slept that long?
他の人間の夢に入った反動でしょう。あの本の注意書きにそのような説明がありましたから。
No wonder I feel unusually refreshed.
さあ、行きましょう。あなたの電車はすでにホームにあります。これ以上ここの空気に触れ続けるのは危険です。
Hey, you know that train that's been there since like episode 1 of his route? Hey, we can finally take it home. Yay. Just a minute, please. Set needing to confirm something with him. Seiya, have you forgiven yourselves for your sins yet?
あなたがうつしおへ帰り着いた時こそ、己を許せるでしょう。
Oh, right, that was our agreement. Then we need to get to Kiragi Station quickly. But I was still sad to part with him. The most important thing to me was that he was able to forgive himself. I need to hurry. Before getting off the sofa, I quickly fixed my hair.
髪が乱れていても、頬によだれが垂れていても、あなたは可愛いですよ。
And drool on your cheek. Drool? I hastily wiped my mouth with my sleeve. I thought she had short sleeves. Maybe she has long sleeves. Can't believe this, right before we say goodbye. Then Seiya, with a gentle touch, wiped my cheek with his finger.
どのようなあなたも私は好きですよ。
Aw, I love that they're still saying how much they love each other even after the confession. But I wanted to look my best for our last moments together.
何をバカなことを。どのようなあなたでも私には完璧に可愛らしいのですよ。
Well, if you say so. Blushing, I responded, and he smiled, taking my hand and leading me forward. Will this be the last time I'll be comforted by Seiya's loving words? Will it? I don't know. The path to the station was under tight security. Every few steps, an HO officer nodded at us. Oh, it's the song. That means it's the end. They had arranged all of this to ensure my safe return, unconcerned about the consequences for using such connections for personal matters. I was deeply touched by his dedication. There was a train at the platform. I could tell that it was waiting for me. I guess this is it. I rehearsed various goodbyes on the way here, but only one felt right. Seiya, I truly care about you. I will always love you. I'm sure of it. Seiya opened his mouth to respond but hesitated. I'd never seen him struggle with words before.
あなたのこれからを思うのなら、伝えずにいる方が良いのですが、私はあなたを深く愛してしまったので、止めるのは不可能。
I wasn't sure what he was about to say, but it was clear he has something important to say.
ミサさん、例えば、整形することがあって、あなたの顔が変わっても、年月が経ち、シワだらけの顔になっても。
I hate to laugh, but he certainly didn't start that on a romantic note, did he?
あなたが私を死ぬほど求めてくれるのなら、私にとってあなたはいつまでも可愛らしく、愛らしい素敵な方なのです。
Hearing that makes me incredibly happy. I didn't know if I'd ever find someone who loved me as much as Seiya did. It was obvious just how much he cared for me. I know all 4 guys up till now, is there 4? 1, 2. Yeah, out of all 5 guys, Seiya is the most deeply in love with her in their route. It was obvious just how much he cared for me.
気づいていないようですからお伝えしますが、今のはプロポーズのような意味合いが含まれています。
Oh, really? What? Really?
返事を聞かせていただいても
Seiya drew his face closer to mine, his hand just gently cradling my head. But I felt shy saying it out loud. My heart already knew the answer. Once I die, I promise to reunite with you, Seiya, and then we'll never have to part.
あなたの人生を思えばその返答は喜ぶべきではないというのにどうしても高揚する気持ちを止められない
But was that a yes? What do you mean?
これよりあなたは私の妻となるのですからこの先他の男性と添い遂げることはない
Go your whole life and never love anyone but me.
ですからミサさん結婚せず独身で寂しい生涯を送ってください
I can't believe he's asking her this. He certainly is direct.
ミサさんあなたへ永遠の愛を誓います
I can't believe he proposed to her. Seiya's determination seemed boundless. With a resonated yet amused smile, I gave in. I too vow my eternal love to you, Seiya. Oh, there's 2 CGs in this. Oh my goodness. That's so adorable. We shared a parting kiss, far less intense than yesterday's, our lips barely grazing.
3度目のキスも付加価値がついてしまいましたね
His gentle breath grazed my lips, heightening the intimacy of the moment. I loved this warmth. Special significance, how so?
永遠の愛を誓うためのキスですからどんなものよりも価値あるものでしょ
Yes, I suppose you're right. Suddenly, the warmth of his lips reminded me of our second kiss. Every kiss with you has significance to me, Seiya, because it's a kiss shared with someone I love.
照れ屋さんなあなたも好きですが素直に私への愛を語るあなたも愛おしい
Every word, look, and touch we shared meant the world to us. I knew our bond would never fade, not even in death.
寂しい人生をと言いましたがあなたにそのような思いはさせません生涯私を思い心を温めてください
Yes, I will. I'll look forward to the day we meet again, living each day with anticipation. Aww. There was no trace of loneliness in my heart, only anticipation for our reunion. With our future together in my heart, I would proceed with my life. Goodbye, Seiya.
さようならミサさんまた会う日まで変わらず愛しています
But it's not farewell. You will meet her again. Aww. I loved their endearing words of love at the end. They just melt my heart. Melted.
忘れぬように名前を呼んだ言えない本音を隠したまま君を背にした帰り道声を殺して泣いていたことにはならすぎてた傷ついてたなら忘れてそれが大人になることだと自分に言い聞かせて叶うなら君と出会う前に戻りたい依存した私は冷えた体温めて 忘れぬように名前を呼んだいない本音を消したまま君を背にした帰り道声を殺して泣いていた
That's like a third new, a third? That's like a third ending that's different. The music, every route has a different theme song now for the end. I've noticed. Well, that is the end of Seiya's route. Oh, I loved it so much. I can't wait to read the endings. Like, I'm tempted to, after editing this, I'm tempted to just record the endings so I can have closure. I need closure. Or I just need more sweet words from Seiya. I don't know. Anyway. Yeah. I was going to do Gil, but I mean, by the time I finish editing this, it's going to be 1 o'clock anyway, maybe 1:30. And endings have been 58. Okay, yeah, I could definitely do an endings video as well. I mean, an hour, I think I could spend an hour to get my closure with Seiya. Anyway, it's like, if this was the end of Ninth Rip, I would be completely and utterly okay with it. We only had five characters a lot, by the way. Like, most games have 5 characters maximum, but we still have another route, which is to Minami and the secret route. So we still have 4 other characters to play, which is like, it's crazy, actually. That's why there's going to be so many episodes. If the game ended with Seiya, I'd be okay. This is a really good ending point for me, because now I have to get off of my Seiya cloud, and then I have to go and do Minami's route next. Which, like, I'm looking forward to it, but I just know it's not going to be as cute as Seiya's. Yeah, Seiya's a yandere, but, it's okay. He's totally worth it. Anyway, if you guys enjoyed, drop a like down below and or subscribe, and I'll see you guys in the next one. Bye.